This is the one trait that all successful people have. You have to have it. It's required because being successful at life, whether that's happiness, business, making money, it's really freaking hard. But what it requires, and the one thing that is universal to every person that has created a successful life is this. It's momentum, but not just momentum, being aggressive with momentum. You have to keep going after it every single day. You cannot do a little bit one day and then let a couple weeks go by and then think you're gonna do it again or whatever. You should be following up. Every single day you should be thinking about it. You should invest energy into the thing. This is true of relationships, of business, of anything you're building. Are you gonna build a patio deck outside? Well, you're not gonna put like one plank down one day and then just basically do like 10 minutes of work every day. That entire project could stretch out over the course of months. You should wake up and be like, bam, how much am I gonna get done today? And how is that gonna connect to my end date? So I wanna get it done in a week. I gotta do about this much. And then you're thinking about it. You're making sure you're on top of it. You create pressure for yourself and then you get it done within that timeline. That's momentum. Momentum is meeting somebody and saying, yeah, I'm gonna send you a follow-up email or I'll give you a phone call or whatever. And then making sure that you freaking do that. And probably sooner rather than later. Even sooner than what you might have said. Maybe you say, I'll call you next week. Call them Friday instead of waiting until next week. Call them tomorrow instead of waiting until next week. Stay aggressive. Send them an email. Send them a DM. Your relationships, keep staying in front of them. Keep talking to them. Keep building momentum in that relationship and in their life. Keep creating yourself to be bigger in their mind share because you're in front of them a lot. Massive, massive for building relationships and also speeding up the relationship process. The people that are successful in life, they go after it. They have goals, even if they're loosely defined. They have a sense of urgency because life is short. They continually build momentum. They continually invest energy into things. And that's how eventually, over time, you build success. I've seen people in life where they are on top of things. They're conscientious. They say, I'm going to be here and they're there. They say, I'm going to call and they call. They say, I'm going to email and they email. Those people, it almost seems like it's binary here too. Because you have those group of people and then you have the other group of people, which is actually the majority of people, where they meander around, they forget things, they procrastinate. They don't think it's that big of a deal if they don't call or they don't show up or they don't whatever. They're chronically late, things like that. These are two buckets of people. One is successful and will continually outperform the other group by massive margin. They will continually compound and compound and compound their success. And that's why you have literally people that have billions of dollars and people that are have negative dollars. They're in debt. The difference here is so huge that it's night and day. Here's a quote here. Inertia and depression are linked. They tend to stick together. Blast them both with positive momentum. That is, I don't want to talk about depression a whole bunch, but it does seem like when you have this feeling of depression, it's because you're not moving. You're not, dreaming, building, and being inspired, motivating, being motivated. You're not investing energy into things. And what that does is you have inertia. You kind of sit where you are. You wallow in your thoughts. Everything is pointless. You confront nihilism. And it seems like all a big waste of time. It seems like life is just a cruel joke. But then you get action going. You get momentum going. And in a way, at some times in your life, yeah, you distract yourself and that's good. Humans, when left to their own devices, we can do really tragic shit to ourselves and to other people. In some ways, it's good to be distracted from time to time. You can always return to awareness and be conscious of what you're doing and think about it and whatever. But you have to punctuate that with times where you're aggressive and you're just doggedly going after it. And even when you're not doggedly going after it, even when you're not sprinting, you're still every day thinking about where do you want to go? What are you working on? How do you get better? And this will separate you into the bucket of those that get shit done. They go after it. They're aggressive and they don't let momentum fizzle out.